Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's episode of Care Sandwich. This is our second episode that we're recording today. Super excited to introduce you to Josh, who gets law firms lots of leads all over the country. But before I bring him onto our virtual stage, check out this video.
Welcome to Care Sandwich, the podcast where we dive into the success journeys of law firm owners across the country. I'm Margarita Eberline, your host and the founder of Marketing Boss, a fractional chief marketing officer firm for law firms. On this show, we'll explore the challenges, strategies, and victories that have shaped law firms and how they wrap every interaction with care. Because we believe that caring isn't just a value, it's a strategy for success. So grab your favorite sandwich, sit back, and let's dig into a conversation filled with insight, inspiration, and of course, a lot of care.
Hey. So, welcome to the virtual stage, Josh. Come on up.
Hey, Margarita. Nice to see you again. And thanks again for inviting me to your party. I really appreciate the invitation. Thanks.
Yeah, it's always a party. So tell us, Josh, tell the audience, because I know what you do, but they don't know what you do. Tell us how you help law firm owners. Tell us your story. What's your
Yeah.
deal?
So we've been doing this for a long time. We're coming up on 15 years in the digital marketing space. And we've developed some innovative technologies and strategies that go beyond the tactical approach to generating qualified leads. For law firms, we only work with specific types of law firms, and they have to be aggressive, growth minded. As a matter of fact, we have a sub brand called the AGM Attorney. Um, but the types of law firms that we will work with are personal injury is our largest category, immigration, family, estate planning, and criminal defense. So we like to stay in our lane. We have lots of experience working with those types of law firms, achieving tremendous success and tremendous ROIs on their marketing.
I love it. So one of the things that I've learned from how you do things differently is when law firm owners are thinking about marketing, they always think about the most visible, like obvious things like website, maybe digital ads. What are some of the things that you do that are different that we can educate law firm owners about?
That's a great question. So one of the overused terms is omnipresence, right? So I'd rather use a term that we've developed and we call it halo marketing. So what we're
Mm,
doing is we're creating a halo around where your customer is and the customer journey, because as you well know, and it might not be top of mind for the audience, but the customer journey has continued to evolve, and it's now with AI evolving at light speed, right? So um, as that evolution has occurred, so by way of example, I'll tell you that like 6 or 7 years ago, 50% of all people that came to a website took some type of an action. That means
mhm.
they picked up the phone and they called, they filled out a web form or a chat bot. Now it's less than 3%. How is that even possible? That is right? So what's happening is the customer journey, they're all over the map in terms of making their purchase decision. And as you know, certain purchase decisions are take longer or protracted than others. So in law specifically, we can say that an estate planning client might take, unless it's probate, 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years to make a decision, right? Versus family law, the average family law um, decision making process on getting divorces something like 24 to 36 months now. Versus criminal defense law. Hey, my son, true story, my son got a DUI. I get a call at 2 o'clock in the morning. He's at county lockup. What's my decision on choosing a personal criminal defense attorney? Now, fortunately for me, I know some criminal defense attorneys, so the decision wasn't that difficult. But so, but for most people, that decision, if I don't have an existing relationship and I don't have a referral, what am I doing as a consumer today? So you're
Mm,
still in some type of a search. So if we turn the clock back 25, 30 years, you went to the yellow pages, right? So today, what do we do? Well, we're probably going to our phone, right? Or or we're going online, and depending on where you are, and we're beginning our search probably on a Google property. Now, that does not mean that we're making our ultimate decision along the journey on a Google property. That's just part of it. So if
Yeah.
you think about how Google's structured, the reason that Google added reviews like 8 years ago is because it makes your search more relevant. That's what they did anyway. Google made search better and more relevant, so that if I can see the reputation of a potential vendor that I'm going to choose if I'm conducting commerce, right? I can see what other people are saying about them, right? So the halo includes your Google presence, whether that be organic, whether that be Google Maps, whether that be PPC. Obviously, reviews, as I just mentioned, are important, but also because the customer journey is now probably going to take them back to with using strategically using retargeting. It's probably going to take them over to YouTube. So now people are YouTube's second largest search engine today.
A
So if you
lot
don't,
of law firm owners forget
that's
that
right.
YouTube is
That's right.
that big of a search engine. Yeah.
And not only that, they have the wrong type of video on YouTube. They just think they can hire some local videographer without having a properly scripted message. And it's a different message than you would use on a television advertisement. You've got
Yeah.
5 seconds to get their attention, right? So when you layer that in with some other things that we like to do, um, and I'm going to now talk about social media as part of that halo, right? Because social media comes into play. The challenge is most people don't differentiate between organic social media and paid social media. So, organic social media is the least converting of all types of digital marketing, unless you're throwing gobs of money at it and you can get an influencer to help you, right?
Yeah.
So, does that
There
mean that
there are some exceptions, like if you do influencer type marketing, but even then you need massive numbers for it to convert.
that's right, and you got to throw a lot of money at it to get the influencer, right? So
Mhm.
conversely, paid social media will drive traffic, but they're not necessarily ready to convert. Meaning
Yeah.
this, they're not going to social media looking for you because they want a divorce, or that they're not going to social media because, hey, my kid got a DUI and I need a criminal defense attorney, right? So that's it is more of what we're going to call discovery marketing, where they learn where they begin to learn about you and discover more and more about you. And when
Mhm.
done properly, and the way to properly do it is to create a funnel where they're going, and we've all heard this term before, where they're going to, where we can offer up some type of a lead magnet. And that lead magnet would be a guide, a kit, a quiz, something like that, a book, right?
Mhm.
Where they raise their hand, they download the guide, the kit, the quiz, whatever. And now we can continue to nurture them until they are ready. So, for example, family law is just too easy because we know that divorce rate is over 50%, right? So that means that 50% of the people that are married are walking around thinking about getting divorced, right? So we offer up divorce kits for men and divorce kits for women. Now, just because I download my divorce kit for men today, Margarita, does that mean I'm ready to come in tomorrow for a consult? No. Does that mean next week? No. Next month? No. But sometime in the next 12, 18, 24 months, I'm probably going to reach that tipping point unless there's some type of an event, right? So
Right.
um, I as I describe everything that we're doing, it's again, we're creating a halo around your potential customers so that you're top of mind. And ultimately, I want you in a category of one as the attorney. So, what do I mean by category of one? And I know I'm giving you a long answer on this question, right? So,
You make my
uh,
job so easy. I just have to ask
yeah.
you the one question. There we go.
So, a category of one means this: as consumers, we have basically four choices on every single transaction that we make.
Mhm.
Meaning this, I can choose to do business with you, I can choose to do business with your competitor, I can choose to go pro se and represent myself. Yuck, right? Or I can do nothing at all and stay in a crappy marriage, right? And I've done that, right? So,
Yeah.
so until you reach the tipping point. So, if I go back 15 years, our first client was my personal family law attorney. So
Mhm.
that being said, given those four choices, as a consumer, what I want is I want you, my client, to be in the category of one. So They have to choose you, and making any other decision is a clear mistake in their mind. And so we do that through a variety of ways. So, and a lot of that has to do with the messaging, as you know, right? What message are you sending? What are people saying about you behind your
So
back?
do you mass email people? We know you're thinking about getting a divorce. Is that the clear message?
No, the clear
We're
message
gonna
is that
tell your mom.
yeah, the message is this: they raised their hand and they downloaded some type of a lead magnet, an asset. And now
Hmm.
what we're going to do is we're going to continue to touch them and nurture them. And when we get enough people that have raised their hands, we offer up an evergreen webinar so that they're now invited to a webinar, and it's going to be compelling. So
Hmm.
when you're considering divorce, especially as a man, although it does apply to women, it can get very costly, right?
Hmm.
So if I were to offer up a webinar that would be, let's say, the 7 most costly mistakes men make when getting a divorce, do you think that might get some attention and some attendance?
Yeah,
Of
absolutely.
course, right. Same thing for women, because it's going to cost if women can make costly mistakes on the other side, right? They could leave money on the table, right? And so, or in some cases, I know people that the woman is paying child support or alimony or whatever. So we know that happens. So
Yeah.
I know it was a long,
No,
long-winded answer.
I love it, and I'll highlight what I think is beautiful about the way that you approach marketing that a lot of law firm owners don't think about because they want it to be easy. They want it to be, where do I put my money so that I can get my cases and go home? And what you just described is very much aligned with when we build marketing strategies. Like you're literally like taking care of all those little blind spots that we have with execution of like those, like I'm going to call more linear channels, right? Like, oh, I'm posting on social media. Where are my clients? No, that's not how it works. Like, you have a
That's
blind spot that you're not collecting data from your social media, and that's
that's
costing
right.
you a lot of opportunities. So,
That's
I
right.
think the summary, not the summary, but I think the highlight, I think of what you described is the approach to marketing should be very detailed, and it shouldn't be just about the channel, but it's about how detailed are you in the execution and how much are you milking everything that you're doing to make sure that the execution covers every angle of that channel that you're exploiting or that you're using. Exploiting is probably not the best word anyway.
So
um,
Hey there, I hope you're enjoying the conversation and your sandwich as much as we are. I want to take a moment to share a few words about our sponsor, Marketing Boss. If you're a law firm owner looking to supercharge your growth, our team at Marketing Boss is here to help. We've got over a decade of experience and a proven track record, and we specialize in growing law firms like yours with data-driven marketing leadership. So if you own a law firm and you're ready to get a predictable, steady flow of cases from your marketing, let's connect at marketing-boss.com.
so you're correct. So both ends of the spectrum. At the highest
mhm,
level, marketing is the psychology of consumer behavior and leveraging the psychology of consumer behavior to your favor so you can get more clients. That's
right.
the highest level. All the
Hmm.
way down to the other end, now we're talking about attribution and channels, right? So
Hmm.
where is my greatest ROI? And this is a huge problem today for all marketing, for CMOs and for anybody in the marketing space, because it's very, very difficult to get attribution. So as I
It's
if I
not
have
it,
time,
because it's not linear. I think it's
it's
difficult
not.
to
That's
get
right.
attribution when you think it's linear because you look for it that way. One of the things
That's
that I love to do as a CMO is look at attribution across multiple channels and really appreciate the journey. Like I can spot a lift in social media views that likely led to a lift in conversions by just comparing the data from that social or the social media platforms with the data from the website for that month or the Google My Business. Like the data always shows you the fingerprints of the journey that people
that's right.
took.
That's right. That's right. But and ultimately, again, that's where the halo comes in, and we call that marketing efficiency ratio, right? Of
Mm.
what's the efficiency of your overall marketing? So the first question our client success managers ask when they get on a monthly meeting with our clients is, "So how's it going? Are your numbers up or down?" Like that's
That's
such a simple
funny.
question, right? How's it
Everything's
going?
on fire. That's usually.
So yeah.
That's
So
great. So
yeah.
that's great. So Josh, how can people get a hold of you if they want to learn more about how you can help them grow their law firm?
So our website is lawfirmmarketingpros.com. On the homepage, as soon as you get on the upper left, depending if you're on a mobile device, there's going to be a contact us, request a call box. So all you do is have to go to request that call box. I will get it. My team's going to get an email, and then it will distribute that either to myself or to our regional partnership director, and someone will follow up and be able to help from there. And so we have a process that we like to go through. And that process is, first of all, I want to make sure you're a right fit. So, I'm really sensitive to our clients' time. Their time is money, right? Is everybody, but especially with attorneys, right? They look at it as, 6-minute increments, as I like to say, right? 10 billable increments an hour. So I want to make sure it's the right fit. Right? If you're not the right fit, I don't want to waste your time. And I don't want to waste our time. So then we go to a discovery call where I learn a whole lot more about the client, about what they're looking to do, what their goals and dreams are. I want to understand, how can I create a marketing plan without understanding what their market is and where they want to go? Right? So I want to know who you think your competitors are. I'm going to do research and I'm going to find competition. You may not even realize this competition, at least in the digital space. So from there, we have from the discovery call, after we gather all our information, we will create a digital marketing brief, and that takes about 4 or 5 hours. And then there's no charge for that. We just, in return, all we request is that we have a digital marketing strategy session, so we can show you, it's custom tailored, and we can show you how we're going to achieve your goals and dreams within a budget that you can afford.
That's amazing. And that's the other thing. I want to encourage any law firm owner that's listening to this. The investment that you make is going to give you an ROI. And if you want to start slow, you can. I mean, with digital possibilities, like it's very affordable. But you do have to have a mindset of, hey, this is a long-term play. Like, those are the two sides, because I think a lot of law firm owners get overwhelmed because they're like, well, it's going to cost too much money, and it might not cost as much as you think, but it is going to require consistency. Consistency is key. If you invest in something over time, you're going to be much better off than if you try to get that ROI like at the beginning. You have to give things time, especially with the journey that you're creating with the halo effect, right?
That's right.
Have to create that online presence. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of time. And the idea is that, start where you can afford, but always think this is a long-term play. This isn't going to be like a quick fix. So Josh, I have one more question for you, because, it is called the Care Sandwich podcast, and you're laughing because I cheated and I told you what the question was going to be. So you already know. What is your favorite sandwich?
Well, Margarita, I'm from Philadelphia, so it's not going to be a stretch to guess, but we're going to say it, and it's really, at the end of the day, it's a tough call, because I really like a Reuben, but my favorite sandwich is a Philadelphia cheesesteak sandwich. So there you go.
That's great. I actually know how to make a Philly cheesesteak sandwich.
Ah,
very unhealthy, but very delicious.
Very unhealthy, but I make a mean cheesesteak. So
yeah, that's great. No, I don't want to compete with you.
A trick for you would be to remove the bread, and that's the key in Philadelphia. By the way, there's 2 bakeries that make just tremendous bread, and it's almost like the bagels out of New York, right? So, but you can replace the bread with romaine lettuce and have it as a cheesesteak lettuce wrap. There you go.
See, that does not sound right to me. That does not sound right.
Not quite the same, but still yummy. So.
That's great. Well, thank you so much, Josh, for these amazing tips. There you have it, folks. You know how to get a hold of Josh. Visit his website, send him an email. His team will help you with this wonderful process that they have worked out, and it'll be customized to you and where you want to go, your law firm dreams. Thank you so much for joining us for this episode. We'll see you on the next episode of Care Sandwich.
Thanks, Margarita.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Care Sandwich. Remember, the way we care for our clients, our teams, and ourselves can make all the difference in our success. Until next time, keep caring, keep growing, and I'll see you on the next episode of Care Sandwich.